All right, man, and a shocking move that I didn't see coming, but hey, I agree with it, so why not move? Detroit Pistons signed former, number 2 overall pick. I think was behind like Derrick Rose, Michael Beasley, well-traveled Beasley. I know you do face a suspension for whatever reason it is. I don't know exactly what it's for, but hey, we back. Mercy Sports Talk. We in the building, getting it in one time for the one time. Appreciate everybody checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button if you haven't. Share the video. It's the best way to help the channel out. And the Pistons take a flyer on Michael Beasley. And why not? You got Derrick Rose, get Michael Beasley. He still could fill it up. A little bit of a nutcase, but it's a 1-year deal. If you don't act right, you cut him. This is kind of like taking the flyer out on him and seeing if he got anything left and give him an opportunity to see if he could score. Michael Beasley was solid and he was really good in college. I think he went to Kansas State or something like that. He was a rebounding machine, scoring machine. Just when he got to the NBA, I just think before the NBA became a full-blown positionless league, he was a player without a position. You know what I'm saying? And that was the problem. He wasn't big enough to be like a center, power forward. He was playing that in college. And maybe he couldn't defend at the 3 well enough. And obviously he was probably too big and not as agile to be a 1 or a 2. But, if the league was where it is today, a positionless league and a ton of cross matchups, maybe Michael Beasley's career would have been different, also with a different mental makeup. I think mentally he just was never there. But, it's a low risk, high reward or mid reward type of pick for the Pistons. So I definitely understand it. And this is when you really have your money tied up into 3 players: Reggie, Dre, Andre Drummond, that is, and Blake Griffin. You got to take flyers out on guys like Michael Beasley. You got to take flyers out on Derrick Rose. You got to take flyers out on Tim Frazier. You got to will and deal for guys like Tony Snell. In the grand scheme of things, this might be a move that nobody remembers. It may be like, all right, we tried it. It was for the low. He never reached his potential in year 10 or whatever year he in now. It is what it is. Or it might be a move where it might pay off. He might find his niche in the NBA. He might, be a 6-man of the year candidate. He might be a guy that, when Andre Drummond get into foul trouble, Blake get into foul trouble, he can give you buckets. Michael Beasley can give you buckets, but Beasley just need the ball in his hand to be effective. You need to mentally have him engaged in the game. And if you make him your vocal point of your offense as far as like the bench, the bench, maybe he can find his niche in this league because he needs the ball to be effective. Once he able to, see the ball go on the rim, he able to get in the rhythm and hit a step back or get to the rim, then he engage. The problem is they didn't see him good enough in his league to be the vocal point of an offense, to be the guy that can have the ball in his hand and create for others and get his own shot. He just never did that on a consistent basis. And like I said before, mentally, he just don't seem to really be all the way there, But I think it's a solid move. I'm not knocking it. You got to take risks like this when you got the payroll or the cap space the Pistons got, man. So I'm all for it, man. I'm not sure it's going to 100% pay off, but it's nothing bad can come to this unless he just do some off the raw ignorant type stuff. But I approve of it. He not, don't expect him to come out there and get 15, 20 points a game. But if they can find a role with him on this team with the second unit, then, maybe they can find a niche for him. Maybe Dwayne Casey can reach him like, other coaches couldn't reach him. Pat Riley couldn't reach him with Miami. You think like, who can? But, sometimes you take a different approach. Sometimes it takes a brother to unlock the real potential inside another brother, if you catch my drift. Somebody that can relate, somebody that come from a different, demographic, the same demographic background as you have. And something may just take Dwayne Casey to unlock that potential in Michael Beasley, in my opinion, man. But hey, 1-year deal. I'll link the article in the description. I didn't believe when I first seen it, did some research. It's true, it's probably like a vet minimum deal. It was like 1.5, 2.5 or something like that. So it's not a high risk, deal. It's a high reward, low risk deal, in my opinion. In the grand scheme of things, Mercy Sports Talk. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email. You got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Appreciate the love and support. And let me know what you guys think. We gone.